can confirm, we just got through to an activist in Deir ez-Zor that as worshippers were leaving 3 mosques across the city, they were shot immediately by regime security forces without warning, without using any kind of other measures, just opening fire on them. Deir ez-Zor, this is a large, sprawling tribal city on the desert areas of Syria's east, and attacks there are particularly worrying in terms of the security situation because, as this guy told us, a lot of residents of Deir ez-Zor are armed. They're very tribal. They have links across the border to tribes in Iraq, and there's a very strong fear that if the regime fully cracks down, as they have done in other cities across Syria, in the same way in Deir ez-Zor, that there really could be a large confrontation between local residents, armed local residents, and security forces.
And what can you tell us about international pressure on Syria to draw a line under this?
Well, I mean, it's growing. It seems at last, international leaders are really taking serious steps, or at least talking about taking serious steps, to try to get the Assad regime to stop killing peaceful protesters. I think one of the most interesting campaigns recently launched is the effort to get EU states to ban the import of Syrian crude oil, which activists say they can make a direct link between the sale of that oil and the financing of this crackdown. They say that the money goes straight into the defense ministry and is paying the security forces to kill these protesters. And it might be interesting for France 24 listeners, viewers, to know that France is one of these nations still importing Syrian oil. Total has actually made purchases of Syrian crude since the uprising. So this is one of the more, this is kind of hitting the regime where it hurts. I mean, we've all seen the pictures, the images of crackdown on children, activists, everybody. It doesn't seem to be having much effect. So perhaps hitting the regime in its pocket will actually bring about some kind of